why did you decide to take on yet even more for you to do, Kevin, for something like this? What did you do this for?
I do this all day long, Rich. I have 30-plus companies, and every day in, the trials and tribulations, particularly in the last year and a half, I've got some companies that are having euphoric outcomes in one day and others that are in a catastrophe through litigation or whatever. So I'm constantly arbitrating situations. I do this every single day. And so what we've done here, you're probably aware that in our court system over the last year and a half, we've got a massive logjam of thousands of cases that are not going to get to trial, and yet there's serious litigation going on here that's destroying businesses. So this is a court show not like any other. This is not about the dog barking next door eating your homework or something. This is real litigation where people are suing each other, and it's very, very difficult sometimes to watch this happen. It just tears families apart, tears customers apart with companies. It's crazy stuff, and it's very compelling.
And they agree to abide by the decision of the money court, regardless.
And so here's what we've got. It's a rather remarkable outcome.
Yes.
You sued somebody. You have litigants. They're suing. Mm-hmm. They're in the queue in the court system. They realize it may be years before their trial is heard, but they've got to get a resolution. They have to find somebody they trust to arbitrate the case. What I've assembled is a really great team. I've got Adiposa, who's a federal judge. She sat on the bench. She's got a meter like you've never seen. She really knows when someone's lying to her. And I've also got Katie Fang, who's an actual trial attorney. So they've got the law nailed down. They read the case. They see the docket. They tell me what the law says I should do. But I don't always listen to that. I have the final decision. I want to save the business. I want to do what's right to save a business that has employees, it's got customers and shareholders. So I'm going to find that middle ground. And the remarkable situation is these litigants sign that arbitration agreement, that contract. And as one said to me, look, I don't really like you, Mr. Wonderful, but I trust you. And I like that. I'd rather be trusted than win a popularity contest.
Okay. So, it's interesting. We could have had you, if the case of Aaron Rodgers versus the Green Bay Packers from April all the way through to about July was in front of you, where there's a kind of ironclad contract between Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, but he wants more of a say in the business. Is that something that, obviously they're not suing each other, but that is a dispute that we could have used you, Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary, to sort of knock some heads together, I think. That would have been good.
I would have loved that case. Aaron Rodgers kicked my ass on Jeopardy. I'd love to get that.
So some of these things aren't completely impartial. There is a little bit of the personal that comes into something like this.
No. Listen, the truth is when I have to actually judge a case, where these cases, I got to tell you something. I've made a lot of television in my time.
You have,
and we were rehearsing for this, getting the right cast and all the cases teed up.
Yes.
We get into the studio. We shot this thing in NBC Universal, Telemundo in Miami, which is, I've never seen a studio like that. It's the size of an airport. It's all digital. It's state-of-the-art. They did the Olympics out of there. It is the best studio in the world. Mm-hmm. And so maybe there were 100 people on the set. Now, when these professionals come in, they make television. They're jaundiced. They're the studio people, the sound people, the lighting people, the gaffers, the catering, the makeup, all that. Maybe 100, maybe 120. I don't know, a lot of people. And so, they make the TV. They don't watch it. They make it. They're running the cameras and the soundboards and everything. I look over to my right, and every room has a line feed monitor, because when you're shooting this with multiple cameras, there's an editor in the truck making a quick line feed for reference, and it's coming across to all the studio space. I look over to my right in the middle of a case, and there's 20 professionals there glued to the line feed monitor. They're not at the soundboard anymore. They're watching the show. They should be making the show, not watching the show. And then, at the break, the woman that does my makeup comes up to me and says, "You're an asshole. I hated the way you adjudicated that case. You didn't give enough money to the daughter." And I thought to myself, she's totally engaged. We got a hit. We got a monster hit. When the people that are making the TV are watching the TV, you got a hit, and that's exactly what's happening.
So when you're being told you're being an a-hole, does that mean deep down, Kevin O'Leary, you're doing your job properly? Like, is that how you receive it?
I'm doing the right thing. The thing I am, because if when they do the exit interviews with the people that now have to abide by my ruling,
yes,
They asked, 90% of them said they were okay with it. And in most cases, nobody was happy. That means I did a great job. Everybody left something on the table. That's a good outcome.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.